This is a silly question.
It's an ice cream ready.
That's very exciting.
Yeah!
They're not playing games.
Let's go!
It looks so good.
It doesn't it?
Looking good.
You love a bit of gossip.
You'll never guess what I know.
High five.
Hey guys, I'm Ellie Collins.
And I'm Joel Bayer, and this is the Weekly Blitz. Coming at you harder than a Derrick Henry stiff arm. Big freaking dub, baby.
Ooh, I love that. Well, as always, we've got the top 10 best things happening in the NFL this week. But first, let's start with the worst because my Chargers lost in the playoffs.
Herbert, deep shot, picked off.
Boo-hoo. Did you keep your tag from that jersey that you got last week?
I actually did keep the tag on, yes, so it might be making itself a little return to the older Chargers shop, but, you know, at least one of your teams didn't get knocked out of a competition this weekend.
Are we really going to do this?
We're really going to do this.
We're really going to do
I think
this.
I'm really going to let you sweep on through today without mentioning it.
Odegaard, pen. Hey, Ellie, no?
Home as well.
Eliminated.
So we are down to the final 8 teams. And before we go any further, here's how those quarterfinals are shaping up. Last week, we made our Super Bowl challenge predictions. And Ellie, after round 1, the scores are...
Well, obviously my team had a shocker, but overall we did pretty well with that.
Your team did have a shocker.
Yeah,
but
they had
yes,
jinxed them.
Just a little bit. But we did well.
We did really well.
Not bad, I'm
I'll
actually
take
impressed.
that.
High five.
Well, NFL UK and Ireland have been asking some well-known famous NFL fans for their picks too. And here's how we shape up against Stuart Broad and Harry Kane so far.
Well, I don't think we did that badly at all, but there's always room for improvement. So I've called in some expert help for us later on in the show.
Let's go! Come on!
Well, the playoffs are obviously a huge deal, but they weren't the biggest story of the week for us. Not in the UK and Ireland anyway, because the biggest story, of course, is that 3 teams are playing in London this year and they have been announced.
Yes!
I love it.
I'm tingling.
And as always, we've got so much to look forward to. For the first time since 2017, the Cleveland Browns are heading to London, led by the frightening Myles Garrett.
Yeah, I take it. Yeah, I take it.
We've got the Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson. They will be at the Tottenham Stadium with the New York Jets.
One-handed catch, incredible.
And a London staple, of course, the Jacksonville Jaguars take their spot at Wembley with Trevor Lawrence
Let's go.
and the electric Brian Thomas Jr.
Touchdown, Brian Thomas Jr.
What's your dream matchup?
You want to see the Chiefs coming in.
Always about us, baby.
And also, I want to see Lamar Jackson, baby. That's what I want to see.
MVP, MVP.
You know, I'd like to see Lamar Jackson as well, but obviously I want the Chargers here. And I really want the Bears back.
Yeah, why?
I just loved them.
Is it because you made friends with them?
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. We're drinking tea, crumpets, and enjoying our day with our lads out here in London, England.
Do you think that's how I sound?
That's pretty good.
So, we already know the game of the week is going to be my Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills.
Chills, literal chills.
A battle between 2 of the best teams in the NFL and 2 quarterbacks who are the favourites to win this year's MVP award.
What is the MVP award?
Well, Ellie, thank you for asking. The Most Valuable Player award is given every year to the best player in the regular season. It's voted on by a panel of 50 sports writers, and the winner is announced at the NFL Honors ceremony during the Super Bowl week.
I actually knew that. I just really wanted you to wear the outfit, and it looks so good.
It doesn't it?
I know I'm looking good.
Anyway, for me, the MVP is obvious. It's the same guy who won it last year and in 2019, the one and only, my guy from the Ravens, Mr. Lamar Jackson.
He's in! Touchdown, Lamar!
Lamar Jackson is outrageous, don't get me wrong, but Josh Allen has been phenomenal for the Bills too.
Are you kidding me?
Remember that touchdown he did in the snow? And do you get extra votes for getting engaged to Haley Steinfeld during the season?
Come on,
Because you
Ellie.
should.
Duh!
And we've also got to throw in a dark horse in there. A quarterback has won the award every year since 2012. But if there was a year to change that, could this be the one? Someone else whose team won this weekend, Saquon Barkley. Man, what a season he's had.
Touchdown, Saquon Barkley!
Up next, we've just had Wildcard Weekend, and there were some wild plays. So let's dive in. It's time for A Different League Player of the Week. Let's start with one of those potential MVPs, the Buffalo Bills' Josh Allen. Now, nowhere to throw it.
Now he's got to throw it deep to the end zone. And was that caught? Yes! Ty Johnson scrapes it off the ground, above the ground for the touchdown.
How about Dallas Goedert? Why settle for one stiff arm when you can hand out two instead? The disrespect.
Who runs over his man, still at his feet, and he scores! What a play by Dallas Goedert!
And finally, the king, Derrick Henry, and a 44-yard touchdown run.
There goes Henry. There goes Henry.
I don't need to explain this one. I'll just let Lamar Jackson do it instead.
Cars, you watch the movie Cars? You know when Lightning McQueen just flying, flashing past, and then it's like, that's how Derrick looked. When he was running past and all those guys just, it looked like a movie, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And the winner is, I hate to say it, but it's gotta be Josh Allen. Now, it's the throw, it's the catch, all in one. You gotta respect it. Well done, Josh Allen.
Okay, now Joel, neither of us are NFL experts, but I do know that you love a bit of gossip.
You'll never guess what I know.
So, I'm going to explain the drama, the snubs, the surprises, and all of the shade of this season in the NFL like it's the juiciest bit of gossip that you've ever heard.
I've got my tea ready.
I've got my tea ready. Well, it all started back in September. The cool kids, the 49ers, they came back from the highs of the Super Bowl ready to make it their season. But like Katy Perry trying to make a comeback, it fell very flat. Very, very flat. They ended 6-11, and it was as tragic as that second Joker movie, so really tragic. And the Cowboys, they also had a shocker this season. So CeeDee Lamb, he basically started major drama, like Blake Lively style drama, when he dissed the owner, Jerry Jones, because he didn't shut the blinds, and then sun got in his eyes.
Couldn't see the ball. I mean, y'all doing my job right now.
And then we're also going to have to shout out the Miami Dolphins because they were so bad this season that Tyreek Hill literally disowned the team. It was like he thought he was like the Beyonce of Destiny's Child.
I'm out, bro.
Did you like that?
I absolutely like that. Oh, you know what?
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Gossip is the devil's telephone. Best to just hang up.
Well, with the business end of the season fast approaching, we've seen some plays, some games, some drama, and the NFL have been listening in the whole time.
Hey, are you calling me today?
We're looking back at the best, the weirdest, and the funniest NFL mic'd up moments of the season.
Get your popcorn ready. I don't want to say get your popcorn. Get your ice cream ready.
Surely I'll do something today.
Where'd my helmet go?
Not that I had anything to do with your development, Rome, but I'm proud of you.
Pew, pew, pew.
Oh, I missed you guys.
Told you up already. I'm gonna change this call. I'm not gonna change the call. I lost my helmet. That ain't it.
Oh, heads up. Got him.
Boy, look good in that thing right there. Let me check in. Hey, y'all boys check. Man, what's up?
I'm a star now.
I found it.
Next up, I want to show some love for the most unusual job in the NFL, punting. Not that thing that you do in a posh boat in Cambridge, the NFL job of punting. So you come on and you boot the ball downfield to try and pin the opposition in their own half. These days, no one does it better than Ireland's Daniel Whelan.
Whelan's got thunder in his thigh. It's amazing.
The hot shot from County Wicklow took the long road to the NFL. He signed for the New Orleans Saints as an undrafted free agent in 2022.
But he was released without playing a single game and he had to work his way back up to the big time.
His next big chance came with the Cheeseheads of Green Bay, and he took it, well, with one foot.
His debut in 2023 saw him become the first Irish-born player to play in the NFL since 1985. And he punted for 249 total yards.
Watch the way he hits the side of the football here. It's moving, it's like, it's spinning around.
Which is just over 2,800 pints of Guinness lined up next to each other.
Although the Packers won't be going any further this year after losing on Sunday, Whelan will always be the MVP back at home.
Who this year is an All-Pro for the Packers?
Danny Whelan.
Say Dan Whelan.
Dan Whelan.
Daniel Whelan, of course.
Dan Whelan.
Why?
He's Irish.
But Joel, we do have 2 Brits still left in the race for the Super Bowl. F.A. Abada of the Commanders and Ravens linebacker David Ajabo.
Come on!
Joel is supporting you guys.
You are too, Ellie.
Yeah.
You are too. All right, so I said at the start of the show we're going to draft in some expert help, and you don't get more of an expert than this. The face you see dropping in knowledge on Sky Sports every Sunday. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Neil Reynolds. How you doing, man?
I'm loving that.
Mate.
That one of the best intros I've ever had.
We're not worthy! We've been learning all about the NFL this season, but I'll be honest, we still have some questions. There's a lot we don't know.
Teach me.
I've got multiple questions. Neil, you might think that they are extremely, I'm trying to think of a different word for dumb.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
You know when you go to a meeting in a company and they say there are no silly ideas?
Until I've opened my
There are
mouth.
there are no silly questions.
Oh, yeah? Well, watch this.
I went out in the public the other day and we were talking about Saquon Barkley's backwards hurdle, and everyone was like, is that not illegal to do a backwards hurdle? I was stood there like, oh, that's a very good question.
It's not illegal. You can hurdle backwards. You can actually hurdle forwards.
Why were people thinking it was illegal then?
Probably because it's like in our football, like you get like a high foot or a high tackle.
Okay, yeah.
Now, actually, in high school, when they're trying to protect the younger players across America, depending what state you play in, the hurdle is either allowed or banned.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, it's allowed in Florida, it's banned in California. I've gone too deep already.
You've lost me.
My question would be, what is an illegal foul? Like, it's really hard for me to tell sometimes, and you just hear it, and I'm like, wait, what happened?
Ineligible player downfield.
Player out of bounds on a kick. Holding. Number 70 offense.
I'll put it this way, when I watch England rugby,
Yeah.
I know there's a penalty against England. I don't know what that penalty's for, but I still enjoy watching it. So my advice would be, there are many, many penalties.
Don't worry about it.
You're gonna learn today.
This is a silly question.
There are no silly questions.
This one will be silly. I reckon this will be.
My question
I can just
was,
tell.
why are quarterbacks always like the best looking player on the pitch? Is it because they're protected and they're like,
Neil,
like boys at school?
Neil, I'll let you take this one,
It's
mate.
like the
You know what
jocks
I mean?
at school,
I'll
they're
let
like,
you
I'll be
take
a
this one.
quarterback because my beautiful face will be protected more than the others.
My face, good. My beautiful, beautiful face.
I could give you examples where they're not, but
Yeah.
you're correct.
Yeah, actually, I could give you.
You're correct to say that they have an aura.
Okay.
I think that's the thing with a quarterback, and that's by design. You have to be a leader.
How do you do it? Dang.
Okay, well, we've had our questions to Neil answered, but if you've got any questions that you want to ask, anything, as you can tell, they can be as dumb as you like. Please put them in the comments.
I pledge myself to your teachings.
Right, well, Neil, before you go, I do want to ask you one more thing. I want to ask you who you think are going to win the games this weekend. But before you answer, I was just out with the public and I asked them who they think are going to win, not based on stats, form, anything like that, but based on 4 pictures for each of the teams. So first of all, let's see what they said. We're going to start with the Texans versus the Chiefs.
Make me look good, huh?
I think Texans.
Is that Taylor Swift's man as well?
Hey, how are you there, brother?
Kelsey, I think he's definitely gonna win.
Oh, the Texas.
I'm a big dog, man.
You're very certain. Why?
Beyonce. Yeah, literally.
Based off these pictures, who are you going for?
Ravens. Just to see it yourself for some reason.
The Ravens.
I think Ravens.
Yeah, I think the Ravens off this picture.
Idris Elba as well.
Idris Elba.
Yeah, Lamar
Clearly, they're not playing games.
I want you to put the word out there that we back up.
Lions versus the Commanders.
It's got to be Lions. Look at that headstand. Look at him go.
Yeah,
The headstand's crazy.
I think they're gonna win. Good job, bro. Good job, bro.
Pick them because of the headstand. You reckon you guys could do that?
Yeah, probably.
Love it.
We're dancers.
Oh,
Yeah, you know, we could give it a go. It'll probably break my neck, but...
Some late magic here.
Last one, we've got the Eagles versus the Rams. Ooh, a bit more of a tough decision here.
Well, let's call LA in these times.
Yeah.
LA Rams.
LA Rams.
Nobody can stop it, man.
You feel sorry for Hollywood now.
Love you, brother.
Oh, you got LeBron there. Yeah. I'll say Rams.
It's done.
Yeah, Rams.
They're winning.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're Rams.
3.
Yeah.
Easy check. Rams winning just because they've got LeBron.
Easy one.
That's it. The Rams are going to win it.
So, no pressure. You've seen what they've all said, but now it's your turn. And they're just people that were standing outside Sainsbury's, so I'm kind of hoping as an expert you might do a bit better.
Don't I just get the pictures as well?
No, you don't get the picture.
Oh, no.
So, the first fixture that I'm going to ask you about is the Texans versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Who's winning?
So the Kansas City Chiefs were the top seed in the AFC, their side of the Super Bowl draw. They have the best quarterback in the NFL. They've got to go Chiefs, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
Respect, bro.
Good to y'all.
Hopefully we see you on the playoffs.
Okay, next up we've got the Ravens versus the Bills.
Just letting you know, the Ravens is my team before you.
I like the Ravens.
definitely
I like
go
both
with the
these
other.
teams. They played earlier this season and the Ravens won big. And Derrick Henry was the key man. So I actually think, oh God, dear, this is so hard. Ravens on the road, Baltimore.
Get in.
That's just because Joel's told you he's a fan.
Kicking me under the table.
Yeah.
Okay, next up we've got the Washington Commanders versus the Detroit Lions.
Washington, Jaden Daniels has been one of the great stories of this season. His first year in the NFL as a quarterback. His Cinderella run ends this week, though. I'm going for the Lions.
Ooh.
This is what great teams do.
Next up we have got the Rams versus the Eagles.
Eagles, I think, are the more complete team. They're not as flashy, but they've got Saquon Barkley, of course, who's been sensational. Yeah, I'll end it there. I'm going to say the Philadelphia Eagles.
Touchdown!
Okay, amazing. Well, we'll have to see whether Neil beats the public.
Let's set the clock for the 1-minute drill. 60 seconds of all the NFL news you may have missed. Let's go. Nickelodeon took over the Chargers versus Texans game, and Dora the Explorer didn't hold back.
Did you see the defensive player? I guess the quarterback didn't either.
Joe Mixon even celebrated the win Nickelodeon style. Last week we saw an almond bar cake. This week it was the turn for an epic snowman. Not the only one. Check out Josh Allen.
The Chiefs' offensive line were in action this weekend, rescuing a snowed-in car.
Matt Collins went full yabba dabba doo for the wildcard weekend. Fans wanted Jackson to know that he's their MVP. He just wanted a little quiet.
Boy, he wants the crowd to
Stop with the MVP chant.
Kenyon Mitchell went all WWE, not just on the Packers, but on his own team too.
And finally, what if you're in the middle of a high-pressure playoff game, but you're also in the middle of a good book? AJ Brown was spotted reading on the sidelines.
That's a book that I bring every single game. And, you know, my teammates call it the recipe.
I just can't believe he was reading on the sidelines. Ellie, what are you doing?
Well, if AJ Brown can do it, why can't I?
Well, that's it for this week. Let's go Ravens! I'm so excited for this weekend.
Bring on the divisional round. See you next week.